What's up, guys? I'm back with another episode of Moves of the Week. We're still focusing on finding your best this month, and sometimes getting a little bit more mobile and be able to move better equals your best. So today, I'm gonna take you through one thing on the rocker here to start to loosen up your hips, and then we're gonna use some mini bands to gain some mobility. This time of the year, a lot of people are traveling, sitting at your desk trying to meet deadlines, so our hips get locked up. Today is all about getting those hips back to some mobility and getting you back to moving. So we're gonna start with the rocker. For today, for me, I'm gonna start with these big edges right here, this big mound versus the small mound. So I'm gonna put that face up, and the edge of the rocker is gonna be pointing forward. I'm going to try to loosen up my hip and specifically my glute here. First, I'm gonna actually cross my leg over so I can open up and stretch the glute a little bit more and find some more surface area. From there, I am just gonna rock back and forth what we have deemed cross fibering. This is gonna help break apart some tight tissue, and again, my target area is the top of my glute. After I do a few rounds of cross fibering, I'm then gonna do some flexion and extension with my leg. So I'll drop my heel down, I'm gonna pull my knee all the way in, press my heel all the way out. Now I'm dragging my foot this time to make it a little bit easier, but when you think you're ready for a little bit more, lift the foot up, drag it in, press it away. Again, working that joint. Finally, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'll set my heel back down, and I'm actually going to internally and externally rotate my leg inside that hip joint. Again, trying to open up some mobility in there. As you can see, I don't have a lot of internal mobility, so I really gotta crank my leg over. Again, being careful of the hip joint as I do that. After I do that a couple times, I can lift my foot and once again, start doing that. And I lose a little bit of internal rotation when I lift it up, but as I work it, it's starting to open up little by little. Once I get done with that, I'm gonna move over to my mini bands. So from here, I'm gonna choose the medium mini band. Now again, it's about choosing your best. So if your best is heavy or your best is extra light, choose that one. Today, again, I'm gonna choose the gray medium band. The first exercise with this, it's called the Funky Elvis. Now I'm not sure if this is what it's really called, but this is what I tell my clients it is, because it kind of looks like you're doing a move that Elvis would do. You're gonna start with your hips and feet about shoulder width apart. The band is right on the thickest part of your calf. And from here, you're gonna lock one leg down, you're gonna internally and externally rotate the opposite side. Now it's important that you don't move your hips up and down, and that you really lock this leg in place. Again, really grooving movement inside of that hip joint. After you do 10 reps on one leg, lock that leg down, give me 10 reps on the other leg. Once you're done with that, you should feel like you have a little bit of movement, and the next one is gonna be a monster walk. Now the big thing here is keeping your legs inside your hips, pushing your knees apart. You don't wanna let that band win, bring your knees together. I find it helpful if you actually move those arms, because it more mimics your actual walk. And again, I'm driving my knees out, 4, 6, 8 steps, and then I'm gonna try walking backwards. Again, following my knees, pushing out with those hips. Now, once you do a couple steps that way, again, if you wanted to repeat that, you could also repeat it for a second time, or if you're feeling like you can move, jump on the TRX, try some squats, try some lunges, anything you want to increase that mobility. Check back in next week for more moves of the week.